Hello, this is Diego Castro with the School of Magic of Love, and today we are continuing our introduction to the universal laws in our daily living. Remember that the last video we asked a question: what is it that I learn when I can have what I want? I learned to recognize the presence of the law. I learned that everything that I want is ruled by a law that I didn't know that it exists. If it wouldn't be ruled by a law, then it would mean that I could have anything that I want. So, I would like to start today by reading you a short story that will help us to understand what we have been talking about the law. On one occasion, a master of law, teaching to his disciples, said, "Everything that is within the law flows by itself and works perfect. Everything that is outside the law is not difficult. It is impossible." One of the disciples asked, "Master, how do I know what is inside the law and what is outside the law?" "Everything you need is inside the law. Everything you want is outside the law." One of the disciples, very confused, asked, "Master, it is very hard for me to make the difference between what I want and what I need." The master, with a lovely sigh, answered, "You need everything life gives you. You want everything that you don't have." And he added, "When you appreciate, value, and love everything you have, you will be inside the law." And that is precisely what we haven't learned yet. To value and to love all that we have, because our ego is always looking for and wanting everything that doesn't have and what doesn't need. What you want is precisely what you don't need, and which is the cause for human beings' suffering. So the idea of love is to free ourselves from our suffering, from our problems, and from our human limitations. If we think for a while, we are going to find that one of the main reasons why we suffer as human beings can be determined in everything that we want that is never fulfilled. As long as we insist in wanting what we want, we cannot stop suffering. We cannot stop struggling. We cannot stop talking about injustice and balance, because we are fighting against the order of the universe. We are trying to get what we don't need. However, this is a useless but a necessary fight. A useless fight in the sense that we are going to have what we want. Necessary for all of us to recognize the presence of the law. For instance, the international businessman who is always traveling and has a lot of money and abundance, but that is not able to enjoy everything that it has, well, that is exactly what he needs. The beggar who lives under a bridge and that is always asking for money, that is exactly what he needs for his evolution. Remember the question we asked in the last video: necessary for what? Necessary for our evolution, and we are going to talk about that later. And all of this is of course personal and individual. Of course, there may be many common factors, which are all the people who are living similar experiences. For instance, we can think about a hospital. The main characteristic of a lot of the people who are in the hospital is that they are sick. In any place in which people are living similar experiences, they are common and necessary for them. So there are common experiences even though they are individual. And here we have our first exercise, and I'm going to ask you two questions. Take your time to answer those two questions. The first question is, what is the use of what you want? And what's the use of what you need? Make a pause in the video and take your time to answer this question. So, what did you find? Listen, one of the main reasons why we suffer as human beings is because of our incapacity to accept reality. And when reality is the only thing that we have and what happens around us, no matter how we like it or not, then we suffer. Suffering, of course, has a direct relation with not acknowledging the law. And what we want is, of course, what leads us to suffer. And what we want is also what leads us to recognize the presence of the law. Well, now we have another exercise, and we are going to make 4 lists. And take your time to fill in these 4 lists. The 4 list is what is it, what you want. The second list, what do you have? The third list, what is going on around you, what is happening around you. And the third list, what happens to you. Now, stop the video and take your time to answer these questions. So, what did you find? In the first list, we find that we want exactly what we don't have. As simple as that. It doesn't matter if it's economic, material, any kind of relationship, a spiritual thing, material things, many things. I know that this list can be very, very big, and this list is the first list for all of us to recognize the presence of the Lord. Now, the second list, what is it, what you have? And sometimes people are amazed when they make this list because they come to realize that they have a lot of things. For instance, we can start with our physical body. We find that it is full of faculties and qualities, all the knowledge that we have, all of our experiences. We also have our relations, the relations with our family, with our friends. We also have a job, a place in which we live. We have a lot of things. And with this list, we can also ask the following question. And this is a very good question. How much do we value what we have? How much do we value what we have? Now, the third list. What is happening around you? For instance, what you see in the news, what you read in the newspaper, what you see on TV, the behavior of people around you, physical situations, social situations, many things, many situations, all of them happening one after the other. And now the fourth list. What is happening to you? I don't know if you have ever realized this, but sometimes what happens to you is very different to what happens around you. What happens, of course, is that people tend to generalize. And they say, Diego, how can I be happy and at peace with all what is going on in Africa? How can I be in peace with what is going on in my country, in my city? And so we ask them the following question. Well, what is happening to you? And they take the time to think for a while and they answer, well, nothing is happening to me. So we ask them, then why are you complaining? Remember what we talked about before? The main reason why we suffer as human beings is because of our incapacity to accept reality. We complain because we would like things and people to be as we want them. As simple as that. We suffer because of that. So, in this 4 list, we can find the presence of the law. Now, let us take some time to ponder for a while. Why is it that some people have many things and some people have few things? Why is it that some people struggle and fight during all their lives to achieve what they want without success, while some other people can have what they want in what may appear to be an easy way? Do you think that there is good luck and bad luck in the universe? Can there be that the universe is ruled by happenstance, by casualty? Well, it is evident that we all have something, much or few, but that something is exactly what we need even though we may not acknowledge it. What we need corresponds exactly with the process of the purpose that brought us to the world, which is to learn to love, to be in peace, and learn to be happy. As we don't know yet how to do it, then everything that happens around us, everything that we have is necessary to learn it, and that is what we came to the world for. We came to the world to learn to love, to learn to be happy, to respect others, to understand that if we respect others, others are going to respect us. We came to learn to make good relations, and we came to learn to have inner peace. To do that, some experiences are necessary. I need to experiment some difficulties. I need to have certain things. that support, of course, my experience, and those things are exactly the ones I need. We need all of this because of our experiences in the world. We need all of this for our evolution, to learn to love, to be in peace, and to learn to be happy. This is very important, and this is the main reason why we need all the things that we have. So that was all for this video. In the next one, we are going to explain every law one by one. We are going to make a short introduction of every law one by one. It is going to be a very interesting video. So if you liked this video, put like on it. If you have any comment or question, please write it down below. I hope to see you in the next video, and have a nice week.